Hi everybody, it's Nicole with Gabby's Beauty Supply, and I am doing a crochet hair install. And this install is great for beginners. It's a curly install. I love this hair. I wore it for about 4.5 weeks and then I cut it at some point, but I love the curl pattern. I want some curls. I want to try something different. And this is the hair that I used. I used a pre-stretched Caribbean curl crochet hair by Afri Natural. And I got this, I think I ordered this here online, but I wanted to use it as a install. And this is the hair pattern that I'm showing you again. And it's the Caribbean pre-stretch hair by Afri Natural. I think I used about 4 packs of hair to do this install. I'm showing my braid pattern right now. And my hair is braided up in the back because I wanted to wear it up at some point. Now I'm showing you what I plan to do. So I'm basically going to use my finger width apart in the back to give myself some spread, to spread the hair out in the back. Because for me, with crochet, it's always important to spread the hair out so I don't have a whole lot of hair in my head. And I'm doing 4 knots to hold the hair. The hair wasn't very, look at my ashy end. Oh, them elbows are ashy. Sidebar. But that's me looking at my elbows. But I didn't separate the hair when I was putting it in the back. Kind of installed it as is. And I'm showing you once again, I'm doing a finger length width apart when I install. So I measure with my fingers, know where to put the next braid. And that's once again to ensure that I have some sort of, that's how I stagger the hair and to make sure I'm not putting too much hair in my head. So it doesn't look like a big mop on my head. But once again, I'm doing 4 knots in the back, and I usually do a tighter knot in the back. And as I get to the front, I loosen up a little bit. But you see, I use the zigzag parts and in my braid pattern, and I use straight back. Yeah, them elbows are not working, but look at that. I don't know what's happening right there. But here I go, continuing to do the install. The hair is very easy to use. It's nice hair, nice curl pattern, and I'm working my way up on my braid pattern with the install. The hair is not slippery. It actually held the knots the entire time that I wore the hair. It was very easy to install. As you can see, I separated it all the way till I get to the front of my hair, finger length apart. And that's once again all about spacing. Crochet is all about spacing. It's all about how you stagger the hair when you install it to ensure you don't have that, you don't have too much hair in your head. And once again, you can always fix it if you do put too much hair in, and it's all about how you cut it out your head. But I don't show you that in this video. This video just show you how to install this beautiful curl hair, Caribbean hair by Afri Natural. So I'm continuing to install using my crochet needle. I'm showing you the hair. As I get towards the front of the hair, I do start to separate the hair a little. And that's just so I can not have too many thick pieces towards the front, because I want the front to look a little bit more loose and not so heavy as the back will look. And that's just for me an appearance thing. I prefer to not have the front to be so thick. I like to loosen it up, and it also helps to ensure I have enough hair to do my entire head. So I start to separate the hair just to make sure I'm able to do that. I'm showing you how I install. And up front, you'll see I only use 3 knots to install the hair. And there I go installing with 3 knots. So I didn't do my nails, but you can see I only use 3 knots there. There I am telling you that. And I continue going, and somebody's getting my attention. And I continue going. And the key with when you're doing the latch hook is your positioning of the latch hook. You want to make sure the latch hook is going through the braid the right direction to ensure the hair lays correctly. You want the hair to lay down flat when you're installing it. You don't want it to be facing you don't want to use the needle in the wrong direction. You want to use it in the correct direction to ensure the hair lays correctly. And I continue to go up, and now I'm measuring to see how much hair I need to do the top part of my head. There I go. And we're preparing to do here. I'm actually starting to do my invisible knot. And I don't do it all the way down the part because that wasn't my intent. My intent was to give myself a little slight part in the middle if I chose to wear it in the middle. Wear the hair in the middle, I did have a slight part in the front. So you'll see me doing that. And once again, the key to putting an invisible knot in is your positioning of that crochet needle. You want to make sure it's positioned facing the right way when you're installing to ensure the hair lies the correct way when you are doing the invisible knot or even the regular knot for the crochet. So I'm continuing to separate the hair as I do this because I don't want the hair to be too heavy in the front. So I do continue to separate the hair, the thick pieces, because with this hair it had thick pieces and it had pieces that weren't so thick. So when I had thick pieces in the front, I separated them to ensure that I did not have any heaviness in the hair towards the front. So I'm continuing to do the invisible knot, and I use 3 knots. I used 3 knots when I installed it, and the key with the invisible knot is taking one strand, knotting that one strand and pulling it and turning it to the side. So you can see me continuing to install. I do this I think I do about 4 or 5 braids in before I stop, and I do the other side the same way. I do the same invisible knot. And we continue to do that. And I get that to lay. And that's me fixing it, trying to get it to lay the way I need it to lay. And voila, I finished doing that, and now I'm working on filling in. So once I get all the hair in my head, I go through the process of filling in where I feel I have gaps or areas where I think I don't have the hair, enough hair to make the style look the way I'm trying to achieve it. So that's me trying to find the gaps as I continue to install the hair. And at this point, that's what I'm doing, finding gaps, finding areas where I want the hair to fill in. So it looks 1 full, 2, the weight of it is not off. So I'm continuing to fill in even in the front. If I feel I need more hair in the front, I fill in there. I don't too much put hair along my edges because they tend to get a little weak. So I tend not to try to put too much hair on my edges. But everything's an illusion, so I continue to install. So this curl was very pretty. I must admit, it's a very pretty curl. I love this curl. I wore it for 4 weeks. I thought it was a very pretty curl. I'm done, and this is me playing around with it, trying to see how I want to wear it. I don't wear it up much. I wear it down most of the time, or pull back is how I wear this hair. But I actually love this hair. It was a beautiful curl, great curl pattern. The next time I buy it, I think I'm gonna buy a short. That's the end result. I love this curl. It was a great curl. I love the pattern. I love the look of it. I love how when I put it up. I loved how I wore it when I put it down. And that's it, you guys. Thank you so much. Nicole, signing out.